Have you ever wondered why some people lose everything and somehow become wealthy again? They lose businesses. They lose investments. Sometimes they even lose millions of dollars. Yet a few years later, they're back on top. Meanwhile, other people work hard their entire lives and never achieve financial freedom. Why? The answer might surprise you. It's not because wealthy people are luckier, it's not because they have secret information, and it's definitely not because they're smarter than everyone else. The real reason is this: money can be lost, but the skills, habits, and systems that created that money remain. So here's a question. If you woke up tomorrow with absolutely nothing, no savings, no investments, no business, no assets, just a phone, internet access, and your knowledge, could you rebuild your wealth from scratch? Most people would panic. But today, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do if I had to start over from zero. Not through luck, not through gambling, not through get-rich-quick schemes, but through a realistic blueprint that has helped millions of people improve their financial lives. And make sure you stay until the end, because the final step is what separates people who become wealthy from those who stay stuck forever. Let's begin. The first thing I would do is take complete control of my finances. Before I try to make more money, before I invest, before I start a business, I need to understand exactly where my money is going. This sounds simple, but most people have no idea how much they actually spend every month. They know roughly what they earn, but they don't know where their money disappears. A coffee here, a subscription there, a few online purchases, a little food delivery. Individually, these expenses seem harmless. But together, they can quietly destroy your financial future. For the next 30 days, I would track every dollar, every expense, every purchase, every payment, because you cannot improve what you do not measure. Many people believe they have an income problem, but often they actually have a spending problem. And until you identify the leaks in your financial bucket, it doesn't matter how much money you pour in. Once I understand my finances, the next thing I would do is build an emergency fund. This isn't exciting. Nobody makes viral videos about emergency funds, but it might be the most important step in the entire process. Imagine spending years building your finances, only to lose your job unexpectedly, or face a medical emergency, or a major car repair. Without emergency savings, one unexpected event can push you into debt. That's why I would save enough money to cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This money isn't for investing, it's not for vacations, it's not for shopping, it's for protection. Think of it as financial armor. Most people don't realize how valuable stability is until they lose it. Now that I have a financial foundation, it's time to focus on something much more powerful: increasing income. Here's a truth many people don't want to hear. You can only cut expenses so much, but there is almost no limit to how much you can earn. That's why wealthy people focus heavily on increasing value, rather than simply reducing costs. If I were starting from zero today, I would learn a high-income skill. Not because it's easy, but because skills create opportunities, and opportunities create income. The best part is that we live in a time where learning valuable skills has never been easier. You can learn sales, marketing, graphic design, programming, video editing, copywriting, artificial intelligence tools, and countless other skills online. Many of these skills can be learned for little or no cost. I would dedicate at least 1 hour every day to learning. No excuses, no shortcuts. Because skills are assets nobody can take away from you. A bank account can disappear, a business can fail, but knowledge stays with you. As my income grows, I would avoid one of the biggest financial traps in modern society: bad debt, high-interest credit cards, consumer loans. Financing things I can't afford. Every dollar paid in interest is money that cannot build my future. Instead of borrowing to look rich, I would focus on becoming rich. Once I achieve financial stability, I would begin investing immediately. Not next year, not when the economy improves, not when the market crashes. Immediately. Because time matters more than timing. Most people spend years waiting for the perfect moment. The wealthy understand. That consistency beats perfection. I wouldn't chase hot stocks. I wouldn't gamble on trends. I would focus on long-term investing, month after month, year after year. The goal isn't getting rich quickly. The goal is building wealth steadily. And then comes a step that many people completely ignore: creating multiple streams of income. Imagine depending on only one source of income. What happens if that source disappears tomorrow? That's a dangerous position to be in. The wealthy rarely rely on one income source. They build multiple streams: a salary, investments, a business, freelance work, digital products, content creation. The more income streams you have, the more resilient your financial life becomes. But perhaps the most important lesson of all is learning to live below your means every time their income increases. Most people increase their spending too. They earn more, so they spend more. The result? They remain trapped. The wealthy often do the opposite. They allow their investments to grow faster than their spending, because wealth isn't measured by what you buy. It's measured by what you keep. Finally, if I had to start from zero, I would think long-term. This is where most people fail. They expect massive results in a few weeks, then they quit when progress feels slow. But wealth is like planting a tree. At first, nothing appears to happen. Months go by, sometimes years. Then one day, the growth becomes impossible to ignore. The people who build wealth are not necessarily the smartest. They're simply the most patient, the most consistent, the most disciplined. So if I woke up tomorrow with nothing, this would be my plan. Control spending, build an emergency fund, increase income, develop valuable skills, avoid bad debt, invest consistently, create multiple income streams, live below my means, and think long-term. Because wealth is not created by luck. It's created by habits. And every wealthy person started somewhere. The difference is, they started. The best time to begin building wealth was years ago. The second best time is today. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to The Forward Path and join us as we build a smarter financial future together.